What's up?
I want them to stay out of my fucking life.
Twomad, you didn't send me your address. You have made fun of my PTSD speech problem for the last time. You are trying to infiltrate my home. I only wanted to help you, now I must destroy you. You will not welcome in to steal my love or make it begin l'ensemble. Goodbye. I won't see you tomorrow. Don't eat. In cette opération de
Imagine living in Moscow, speaking fluent Russian, and then just say, fuck it, I never spoke a damn word of Russian. I'm Danish now. I'll lie to my friends, my audience, and if you say otherwise, I will make up shit about you and cut you out of my life. I know what you're thinking, that sounds like a well-adjusted human being. But wow, isn't it amazing that that person exists and has almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube? But it's okay because I'm about to red pill y'all. Keep in mind, this farce has been going on for years. If you can lie about that, what else the fuck you gonna lie about? If someone I trusted, like a friend or family member, came into my house and let me know, oh yeah, I'm not who you think I am, I'm a completely different person, but are we still cool? I'd be like, wait, what the fuck, bruh? How can you be expected to be a trustworthy person when you can't even tell people where your passport's from without having a fucking mental breakdown? Why am I mentioning this? I don't fucking know, dude. Who does this shit? I almost lived in the same house as this motherfucker. I dodged a bullet. Not even a fucking bullet. A goddamn Tsar Bomba. Nobody wants to talk about it because everyone's too scared to do it. Everyone's too pussy. So I'm about to do it because this motherfucker has connections to Moscow, Putin, the fucking direct Discord ID link to fucking the Kremlin, dude.
Пошел нахуй, скотина ебаная! Пидор вонючий! У тебя...
Want actual footage of him speaking fluent Russian? Here you go. No Fuckers has a lot of it because they used to be friends until dun dun. The meme happened. I'm Danish.
Смотри наверх, подожди нога. Смотри наверх, подожди нога.
Every trace of conversation in Russian with No Fuckers? Fucking purged. Why, you might ask? Fuck knows, I'm not trying to get assassinated. In the last few days, Jameskii deleted all the YouTube videos with Russian in it. And the only person with Russian videos of Jameskii is No Fuckers, and he's asleep because he lives in the middle of fucking nowhere. So now that I've spent all that time talking about something that can get me killed, let's get into something actually worth talking about. Have you heard of the tournament?
With glowing hearts we see.
Yeah, it's a Rainbow Six tournament I host with a bunch of YouTubers that I know. I've done a couple of them, both having Jameskii in them. Jameskii's made 4 videos on YouTube about the event. But did you know that Jameskii on both different tournaments freaked the fuck out on me for dumb ass shit?
I understand you're doing this for clout. It is for clout, you made it clear and we both know it. I'm not going to play in the next tournament.
This tournament's where all the memes happen. This is when Jameskii flips the switch and goes to full retard mode. For solely entertainment value, nothing personal, I use them as a punching bag. I'd say stuff like, shut up Jameskii, you suck, you cheated. That sort of thing. Just memes, toxic fun for the stream. Just for the entertainment value, that's it. Not just specifically on Jameskii, but his entire team, who I'm also friends with. And Jameskii and his team would do it back, playing baby noises whenever I was complaining or talking shit. It was funny.
Listen, Jameskii, shut the fuck up! It's gonna be shit! I'm doing my bread. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
At this point, I had already arranged with Jameskii to move into his house. I needed a new place to stay because I was having family issues and I'd recently been forced out of the house by the police. Because someone ate my sister's cheesy bread and I'm totally convinced she just ate it and forgot that she did. And she blamed me and she called the cops! So clearly I had to fucking go. There's more to that story, but I'm not getting into it. Why the fuck am I even telling you guys about this shit? No, I didn't have an actual landlord kicking me the fuck out and taking me to court. But this was worse. So immediately I was looking for a new place to go. Jameskii was the first person to offer his place in LA, a room for $2,000 a month, $1,500 for the first 3 months just because he felt like it. And in that point in time, I would have told you Jameskii was the nicest motherfucker on planet Earth. Let's run through this and go through the twit longer. Let's go through this Russian transcript. I'm about to flatten this boy. My experience with Twomad. He says here that I got my viewers to attack him. Kinda did, actually. Considering that it's a really good theory that you got my Twitter terminated. You literally deplatformed me for calling you out for being Russian. Why did I call you out for being Russian? Because you called my current roommate anything for views, asked him if he was alone, and then proceeded to tell him that I took advantage of you. I'm a clout chaser. I must warn you of Twomad. All I do is make videos with my titties out. Leave me the fuck alone. But you just started calling up all my friends and telling them I'm shit. Who does that? Especially when you ask them right away before you tell them, are you alone? And make sure you do not mention this to Twomad at all. Just so they blindly hate me. Fucking cringe, bro. You wouldn't believe that he did this because I wouldn't hang out with him after he fucked me over. I was gracious about it. I just didn't want to hang out. I'd give you excuses over and over. You just wouldn't pick up on the cue. You wanted to force it. You were so insecure that I didn't like you that if I didn't meet up with you in real life, you would just start spreading shit. And that's exactly what the fuck you did. You crossed the line and you started spreading garbage, vile shit to people who are important to me in order to manipulate them. I tried to resolve it privately, but you didn't respond. So yeah, I said suka blech you on Twitter. Back on the deplatforming theory, there is no hard evidence. But if you take a reasonable look at when I got banned and why, it's for tame tweets. I've tweeted way worse. I've never seen someone get banned for something this tame. Without outer input from Jameskii, how would a Twitter employee know that I'm trying to spread hate or violence when I'm not even doing that? Why does it happen right after I cut contact with Jameskii? Why is it on tweets exclusively at Jameskii? Why am I getting a permanent ban out of nowhere for Jameskii tweets? Stop committing cringe. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that I can be caught on is suka bled pidar in another language, Russian, are slurs. Very unusual. It is possible that it is because it's slurs. But again, it's really not that weird of a theory to think that Jameskii might have had something to do with it. And out of every single massive YouTuber that I know, Jameskii is most definitely the one who knows the most important people. If this is the reason why it went public and why he made the twit longer, why didn't he deny it? Yeah, it's kind of a conspiracy theory, but it's actually viable. I'd say it's 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Jameskii had something to do with it. Be honest, it's not that crazy of a fucking theory. Oh, did I mention it completely fucks with my job and deplatforms me, which Jameskii has campaigned against many times on his fucking YouTube channel? Bah! At this point, I'm not even angry about my Twitter account. I've basically accepted that I don't need it. It doesn't hurt me inside that much. But it feels almost obligatory to mention that these are the links that Jameskii might go down. End of the day, I just want my account back. So if you can spread the word and try and get it back, please do. Okay, finally, let's move on. Notice how he says there's plenty of screenshots, videos, and witnesses to back his word up. There are fucking none. This is a twit longer. We are taking you at face value and assuming that you're not lying and you're taking a non-biased approach in order to understand the situation, which we've already confirmed is quite possibly incredibly fucking impossible, Mr.
Пошел нахуй, скотина ебаная!
Also, as a side note, when I'm yelling, I'm doing it because it's funny. I'm not actually angry. He says here I lied to him and a mutual friend about getting kicked out of my house, and we'll never know who because you guessed it. He was claiming he's only got a few months and he needs help to move to Los Angeles. This is a complete manufactured fucking narrative. I had zero interest to move to Los Angeles. I wanted to go anywhere in the fucking continent. Like I said before, Jameskii was just the first person to offer and he ended up being in LA, and that's why I wanted to go to LA. Not the other way around like Jameskii says it. This is how he tries to convince you that I'm a clout chaser when Jameskii is known for being one of the biggest networkers of all goddamn time. So it's really a clout chaser. In reality, neither of us, but you more than me. And I don't want anyone to get the impression that I'm ungrateful. When Jameskii offered his place, I couldn't believe it. I knew how much of a favor that was and what he was doing for me. Believe me, everything he says other than that here is pretty much true. He says here that I wanted to come to LA just for clout. What the fuck is wrong with you? Even though I'm 90% sure at this time I had more clout than you. This fucking narrative where I'm a clout chaser pisses me off more than anything. Because clout chasing's for people who have no fucking talent. I got talent. I got titties, dude.
Twist it.
PTSD speech problems. I'll be honest, I have no idea what the fuck that is. We've spoken fine over the last few months. Nothing bad. Yes, I have done a Russian accent meme with my friends in private calls, but I do not harass you. But this is just another Jameskii tactic, and I want you to keep this in mind. He will use his health, PTSD speech problems, to make you think that I'm a bad person just for making jokes. Me making a Russian accent does not equal me making fun of PTSD speech problems, whatever that is. What he's talking about here was years ago. Just keep that in mind, how far back he's going just to make shit up. No, I didn't join your stream just to be a dick. Never did that.
Twisted.
I say the N-word a lot. It's part of my vocabulary. But I don't just say it just to farm emotes. I can't just instantly switch off the N-word button. I totally get it though. For a regular streamer, even though on Twitch you can say the GA word with the normal context, no problem. You should have just kicked me off your stream. And I should have respected your stream and not said it. You hosted me way back. Your viewers started saying the N-word and I had no mods. I got a warning for that. I blamed you, but I wasn't being serious because I clearly influenced them to say that. It's not like I pinned you for it.
Twisted.
Here's Jameskii talking about the tournament banter. No, Jameskii, I did not make fun of your speech problems. At worst, your accent! Once again, he's making it look like I had some sort of issue against his health problems, which I had no idea about, and frankly can't tell exist. I'm sure I was being a prick solely for entertainment, to be toxic, for the stream, which I explained to you while I was apologizing profusely in the call we had the day after. You're bringing it up just to make me look bad. You're actually trying to convince people that I actually meant what I said. If you had a real issue with it, bring it up to me afterwards. You know I wouldn't have rejected that. That's not me. Oh wait, this is what you said to me immediately after the stream. The point of it all being is I apologized for everything that I said. And I'm convinced that Jameskii knows inside that it was a joke. Just like I told him while I was apologizing. He's bringing it up just to make me look bad. You act like you helped me a lot with the visa. Really, all you did was give me a link to a lawyer firm and let me know that I need an employer to apply. I asked you for help, actual help that would actually help me get my visa. But unfortunately, if you had actually gave me that help, it would have revealed whether or not you're a Russian or not. Whatever, but low-key, I kinda think you flew over illegally and you don't have a visa. I honestly think you would go that far to hide it, because literally everything you said about coming over to the US just didn't make any sense. It was just all over the place. Sounded like you came up with it on the damn spot. Most of that time of you helping me was really just trying to tell me not to come and to stay in Canada for whatever reason.
But we all know the fucking reason why. It's cause of Goodnight Girl, man. You don't want to see them titties.
Here he mentions ominous people that he knows, saying that they had bad experiences with me or some shit, and that I'm vengeful and I harass people behind their back and leak private conversations with malicious intent. That's just what I'm known for. Yeah, bullshit. You want to know what you're known for in the YouTube community, Jameskii? Being a pathological liar. Do you see a pattern here? He's just insulting me. It's just biased and hateful. This isn't constructive. It's just hate mail. You say here in the call we had right after the tournament, you didn't want me to regret moving to a foreign country without a proper plan. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's so obvious I just wasn't welcome anymore and you'd prefer I just didn't come over. It's not like I give a fuck either. I think it's just annoying that you make it look like you were being a nice guy at the end of the day, when really it's just your safety net. It was all clearly sparked by the fact I bantered with you on the tournament. You're that insecure. Honestly, I might have apologized like 10, 20 times in 15 minutes. I've already established this. I didn't just want to move out. I didn't want to move to LA to make it big. You're making this shit up and you're probably just projecting the clout chasing garbage. Once again, out of every YouTuber I know, you're the fucking kingpin of damn networking, bruh. You say personal attack, but it was just a simple observation. Like I said, it was obvious. Look like the good guy all you want. Nobody should be moving into a place like that because it's not a fucking welcome place. I think it's also cute how you say that you want to make the right decisions in my life. Really nice, dude. You're just the good guy out of all of this. You do no wrong. Really appreciate you including the taxes bit too. Totally constructive to the conversation. Totally adds. Isn't just a direct fucking insult and expose, which can only result in actual personal harm by you mentioning you. This is the reddest flag I've ever seen in my fucking life. Thank you, Mr. Nice Guy Jameskii. You've done no harm, my friend.
And I do pay taxes. At least now I do.
I didn't know how to fuck to do it before. Nope, you didn't explain how expensive LA is. Because everyone already fucking knows that. I'm not brain dead. I made it clear from the beginning. Yes, I might live at a loss.
That's it. I have savings. I do plan to make more than I'm spending. but that's part of the risk on moving, right? I understand that I should be worried about losing all my money. I'm not going to. I have enough cushion to at least last me a while, and I also have my channel going.
Regardless, I still would handle it fine, and I would have been fine financially. I let him know this so many fucking times. It's just part of why it seemed like I wasn't welcome. Wait until he gets partnered, yada yada. What a fucking novelist. Notice how many times he uses the word twist. He says that his friends advised him that I shouldn't be treating him that way and I'm taking advantage of him, when really, Jameskii just spouted a bunch of bullshit, and like any reasonable friend, they believed it and told him what they should have told him. But that's just a game theory. And of course, Jameskii being a fucking blessing angel in disguise, he gave me the benefit of the doubt and excused my actions because, ha, I'm young, ha. Yeah, Jameskii, you're my fucking dad, dude. Wow, few years, you are my fucking dad. I'm so glad you walked out on your second family back in Moscow just for me. And I should honestly suck on your toes for giving me the benefit of the doubt. That's so gracious of you, you absolute saint. Shut up! I lost $1,000 on tickets to go to LA and visit Jameskii. I directly told him I was visiting multiple times. And here he says it was vague and non-specific. But believe me, I asked. I don't have the receipt of the call when we confirmed it. He's just kind of fucking stupid. You also want to know a funny ass meme? Jameskii likes bowling so much that he forced people to go 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row to bowling. And if he didn't come with him and play, yep, he didn't like that. Constantly kept tabs on my TwitchCon group like we're on a fucking GPS. And when his roommate got food poisoning, you can be damn sure that Jameskii's gonna claim he also had it when he was completely fine. We got to hang out for a bit because I didn't want to hang out with you. You're extremely awkward and you just blew me off. I missed my plane because I'm slow as shit. And I made a fucking joke about it in a group chat, which he had no business being in, by the way. It was a complete mistake inviting him. Unlike what Jameskii wants you to think, yes, it was a joke. It makes you think about how Jameskii can't pick up the most basic jokes of all time. Are you just trying to be malicious and make it sound like I'm not making a joke? Or are you just plain old stupid? And I know half of you guys are at least PewDiePie fans, so you must know what the fuck a joke is. And here's Jameskii trying to convince you that it wasn't a joke. Like a fucking manipulator. Apparently, I'm fucking racist. And just for the record, my best friend's Muslim. Oh wait, my entire family's Muslim! And I love how he mentioned smoking weed because his entire audience is children, so they'll most definitely get triggered by that and hate me just a little bit more. I promise you, Jameskii knows what the fuck he's doing. Jameskii, nobody wants to bowl 3 days in a fucking row at TwitchCon. That's literally half the trip. I'm gonna skip over a little bit because it basically goes into him accusing me of not giving a shit about his roommate being sick, pretending like there was some sort of fucked up miscommunication when he blew me off for letting me stay in LA. Says that I guilt trip him when really, you just fucked me over, and you have some sort of inability of realizing that for whatever the fuck reason. And then once I end that conversation in Discord and I try and end it on a good note, where I just cut my losses and take the L and try and find a couch to stay on, he starts saying, yeah man, I'll pay for your hotel. Yeah man, actually you know what, you can come to my house. He'd probably say I fucking robbed him out of 2K or some shit. I found a couch to stay out in LA, met some super awesome dudes, and Jameskii would just not stop asking me to do shit. Non-stop asking me to do shit. And no matter what I said, he would constantly ask. It was already clear, and he already knew that I was avoiding him and I did not want to hang out. But he couldn't accept that. He couldn't accept the fact that he fucked me over and I just didn't want to hang out with him. Just leave me the fuck alone. So of course that gives him grounds to just start making shit up. And this is when he really flips the fucking switch. Yeah, I gave you all sorts of excuses to try and get you the fuck out of my way until I flew out to Melbourne. But no, I didn't set my status to invisible. That's literally just your paranoia. There's no way you would have known that. I just went offline. And I didn't ignore your messages either. I probably ignored a few. But really, I responded with excuses most of the time. You're just making shit up. Just tell the truth.
Twomad ignored my messages. When I asked him if he was in Australia, he just replied with sex immediately. I asked him where he is and he just said Perth. I told him I'm coming in 2 days and asked for address. He gave me address and told me to come anytime. Turns out the address was fake. I didn't realize it at the time, didn't bother checking. So I just told him that I'll be in Melbourne.
It also confirms my suspicion that he just wanted my address literally to confirm that I wasn't avoiding him. I'm glad he didn't fucking Uber down to some random ass airfield that I gave him off Google Maps. Gee, you really think
it's fair to lie to me for 2 weeks for absolutely no reason? What happened? He sent me a cringe.mp4 file he deleted immediately. And then he just sent me a really shitty image of Captain America saying,
No, I don't think I will. Shut up, Jameskii, you F-word. Alright, that's pretty much most of the twit longer. At this point, he describes calling up Chad, which I told you about earlier. He literally says, yo, are you alone? And then he tells him all the shit that he said in the twit longer, but fucking worse in like 5 minutes. Clout chasing and all. And then tells Chad, quote, don't mention it to Twomad. We live in the same house, you fucking idiot. Notice how in this twit longer, he literally says he never said that. My dude, you're missing a chunk of your fucking brain. He calls me a scum person. We'll move on after this. Yeah, I don't... Also, I didn't delete any Discord messages. I edited them right after I posted them. But after that, nothing. So, another complete lie. Form your own conclusion, folks. Let's read this. End of the day, what did we learn? Jameskii's Russian. Jameskii will lie about his entire identity, so why believe about everything else? If you're gonna believe Jameskii, get receipts. Don't blindly believe people. If you're under the age of 14 and you blindly believe Twitlongers, you get a pass. But if you're over 14, I prescribe you with children brain. Anyways, yeah, if there's one thing I want to get out of this, dude, just get my Twitter back, dude. I just want to post my fucking titties. You know what? If I get my Twitter back, I'll post my dick. Let's get that Twitter back. Hashtag free Twomad. Hashtag stop committing cringe. Hashtag